In this video, I want to discuss the reports menu, the report screen. Obviously, the reports you generate from this screen are going to be different than the reports you generate from the individual screens. The screen here allows you on the expense screen to generate a report, but the reports you generate here is based upon all of this information, and it gives it to you in a lengthy format. So if I just print this information here, just to show you, when I print this report, it's going to provide me the information as per the screen. See that? It's giving me all the information that's listed on the screen. Because I've got extra columns turned on, it's going to provide me the extra columns information as per that. Now, that's a detailed form. So don't get that mixed up with these reports. So these reports are more specific, and in a lot of cases, these are the reports that you're wanting to be printed up when you give it to your accountant at the end of the year. Well, this is what I use. I don't need any other area. And in all honesty, I don't print too many reports from this program. I have no need to. At the end of the year, this is the area I go to. Or at the end of the quarter in Australia, Australians have to issue sales tax summary sheets or information each quarter. And most governments, if you're collecting sales tax, you have to have a way of receiving totals of the amounts of sales tax, so you can use that information on your sales tax reports, etc. So this screen here is mainly allows you quick information to totals. I'm just going to look at a couple of these particular items. The rest of it's going to be self-explanatory, and I don't need to go through each individual report. But I want to have a quick look at how this operates. If you look down the bottom here, you notice that we have a complete financial year icon. We have first, second, third, fourth quarter, and we have a date period. What that means is this. When you first open the screen, by default, it gives you the complete financial year. Because this is just a dummy set of accounts that I've set up for these videos, I've said that I'm running my financial year according to a calendar year, from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. Now, obviously, if you're in Australia, if you're in England, if you're in New Zealand, they all use different periods. A lot of different countries, financial years start and finish at different periods of time. In Australia, it starts at the 1st of July. I think from memory, if it's England, they start in March or April, I think. Anyway, so the information's there. When you first open the screen, it gives you what the default settings are for the full financial year, whatever it is that you've preset it at when you first initiated the software. So it gives you that there. So basically, if you're at the end of the year, you might want to print a sales tax summary report for the whole year. The default is already that. You click this icon here, it whizzes away, and it gives you the totals of your sales tax summary sheet, and all the information you require to report your sales tax is available here. There's enough information on these screens. We've found that by providing this in this format, like we said, Easy As is now dealing with over 25 countries, and universal, worldwide, this has proven to be the simplest method of obtaining all the information for sales tax. We've never had anyone come back and say, we don't get enough information from this report for our sales tax. Obviously, each government has different forms that you have to fill out, but there's always more than enough information to fill out those forms. If you do require any other information, it's usually when you jump back to the individual screens, you can usually do a little bit of filtering to obtain that information if it's required. Because when you filter something, if I just filter this now by this here, just for an example, when you filter that, you then see your total down here based upon what's filtered up top. So the information's there. But as a general note, most of the time, sales tax summary sheet is all that's required for quarterly returns or yearly returns, because they're only asking for totals anyway. Okay, so that's basically what happens if you click the complete financial year. If you're in Australia, I know that they work in quarters. So if it's the first quarter for the year, if I click first quarter, look what happens to these dates. It's changed it to the first quarter, to the second quarter, to the third quarter, based upon, again, the information. So this isn't set up correctly for Australia, because the first quarter would be naturally the 1st of July to whatever it is. So, but anyway, based upon what you've set it up, it gives you that information. So, of course, if you're in America and you have to do something for the first quarter, well, then that's fine for you, because America normally runs per calendar year. So, first quarter, second quarter, that's self-explanatory, but it changes that for you. But what if, for example, I know in Canada, what if, for example, your sales tax reporting does not run identical to your financial year reporting? I think if I remember rightly, Canada have a strange system where their sales tax reporting does not run according to the financial year reporting. So when they do their financials at the end of the year and they do their income tax, their sales tax actually runs different. They have a period where they report sales tax from the previous year and the current year. Makes no sense. I can't imagine why the government does that, but they do that. So in Canada, you want to have available to you previous year's information at the same time as the current year's information. And with Easy As, we now allow you to obtain information over more than the current financial year. So you can go backwards, I think is up to 2 years, I think. So if I say that I want information from January 2010 to 31st of March 2011, I can enter that here. It's beyond the financial year, but I can click Summary Sheet and it's going to give me the totals on that whole period. I don't have to do anything else. Just click this and enter this. So now if I click a product profit and loss, it also gives me a profit and loss based upon that whole period, beyond the current financial year. So you can obtain any of these reports beyond the current financial year. Very useful. I think the only one you can't do is this. Yeah, if you try to print outstanding invoice report, it won't allow you to go beyond the current financial year. So if you click that, it's going to change this back to the current financial year automatically. So just be aware that you can obtain any of these reports here over a period of 3 years if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure it goes back 3 years. I go 09. I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure it will just report up here, but I don't think it goes. I think it's 1,000 days. I think they've said it goes backwards 1,000 days from the current date. So that's over 3 years, isn't it? Or roundabout. So I think that's it. I don't need to discuss this screen. All this information on this screen is pretty self-explanatory. I will come back later on though, and I'm going to discuss the sales report in depth. It's a very specific report that people can get a bit confused with. These other reports are self-explanatory. If I click the product, the profit and loss, you see a simple profit and loss on the screen. It shows they're representing it in a couple of different formats. A simple profit and loss based upon income and expenses. These are the gross figures. A profit and loss which includes your accounts payable and accounts receivables. And you have an extended profit and loss that provides you all the individual categories and amounts. Obviously on the screen, it looks a bit different on this screen, but if you print the report, it does provide it in an extended format. So when you print the report, you don't have that squiggly bit, but it provides everything extended. And it gives you subtotals, income versus expenses, gross profit. So it provides you a means of an extended profit and loss if you need that. Income report, that's a new report. So they provide you with an income report based upon the income methods, which is very useful again. Totals of expenses, they've got a few reports here. Expense totals, well, that gives you totals of each individual expense. Expense totals too. Again, that gives it to you by expense methods. New report, very useful. Motor vehicle breakup, it gives you a report based upon your individual motor vehicle expenses. Target categories, I'm not going to talk about them. If you need to look at all the expense reports, just the expense videos to discover what a target category is. But it provides all these reports here. And again, these reports are over, you can go over 2 or 3 financial years. So that's very useful if you want to see data over an extended period of time. These icons here are just quick icons to go back to certain areas. So if you're at the end of the year, it's a reminder. If you're collecting information for your accountant at the end of the year, don't forget your accountant might want to see the capital expenses, a report for capital expenses. So this offers you a way to quickly jump to your capital expenditure and you can click that report. Offers you a way to quickly jump to capital resources and print that report. These icons here is basically the same as coming to the main screen and clicking the individual areas. They are just reminder icons.